'Tis the season when everyone puts out their list of trends for the upcoming year. Today on Expert Connections, we're going to tackle marketing trends, and we're going to try to do it in 10 minutes or less. Expert Connections starts now. Welcome to Expert Connections. I'm Julie Holton. Let's dive right into that list of top trends, marketing trends for 2024. Our guest today is Alexis Neumann of mConnexions. Hey, Alexis.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to talk about these.
I'm excited to talk about it too, because we've been working on this for a while. And today we just want to give a rapid fire session of what these top trends are as predicted by our team, what people should really be honing in on when it comes to marketing their businesses. So let's dive right in. Trend number one, AI-driven marketing. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, so we are already seeing 2023 has been like the year of AI. It feels like everyone is using some type of AI platform to help their business, whether it's on the marketing side or any other aspect of business. And we're going to continue to see that in 2024, particularly when we're talking about creating content and driving marketing strategies. So that expansion and growth of some of these AI platforms is going to continue to grow. We're going to see more predictive modeling, more personalized content, and a lot of focus on these AI platforms to help drive some of those marketing strategies. The one thing I will say, you don't want to just let these AI platforms take over your marketing strategy. So it is not about handing the reins over completely and just doing whatever ChatGPT kind of spits out at you. Really, we want to see people using it as a support system to make sure that you've got your bases covered, to kind of give you a jumping off point, as opposed to letting them, take the reins completely on your marketing strategy.
Yeah, and we have that entire AI connections playlist for people to watch a lot of marketing videos, and they're related to AI. The biggest takeaway from this trend is you still need to know what you're doing in order to use AI as a tool to enhance your marketing efforts. And one of the ways, another trend on our list, the next one on our list, Alexis, is talking about SEO. And one of the really interesting things about SEO with AI-driven marketing is that we are already seeing a shift and how users are asking questions online, how they're searching for information. And so SEO is going to be an area to really watch the evolution. If you have been very strong in your SEO to date, if you're ranking high on Google, then amazing, good for you. But don't get complacent now, because we're already seeing people shifting from Google, from Bing, from other search platforms over to ChatGPT. So how are you showing up on ChatGPT? How are these language learning models being trained on your information? That's going to be a great question. And we're going to see these platforms continue to evolve as we get into 2024, as we begin to see more of how people are using these platforms to search for and find information. So don't ditch the SEO. That's not the message of the trend here, Alexis, but be aware that that search engines are being used less already. Now, a quick side note, ChatGPT does use Bing if you're using the paid version of ChatGPT. So one thought that, one thought of how to enhance your strategy, how are you showing up on Bing and not just Google? So it'll be interesting to see how this landscape continues to evolve. Okay, next trend on our team's list from mConnexions, short form videos. Alexis, what do folks need to know about short form videos?
Yes, so we've been talking about video as a trend for years now. And for a while, the focus was on long form videos. So longer videos, trying to pack, lots of content into some of these longer videos. We're now seeing the shorter, the better. So the shorter you can keep your videos, the faster that you can impart that information to people in less time, the better. It's part of why we see, videos on TikTok and Instagram Reels being capped, and not, you're not able to upload these, 10, 15, 20-minute videos. We're really seeing that bite-sized video, so maybe 30 to 90 seconds is going to be a sweet spot in length across all social media platforms, no matter what you're using.
Love that. And of course, love having some AI tools to help take long form videos to shorten them. So a lot of
Yes.
mixing between these trends. Okay, next on the list from mConnexions, Alexis, is influencer marketing. Tell us what's the trend in 2024 for influencers?
Yeah, so influencer marketing, I feel like gets a little bit of a bad reputation because people tend to think of it as something, aimed at the younger generation. It's very flashy. You've got,
Expensive.
yeah, you've got these like, million follower influencers, and a lot of businesses think, okay, well, that's just not something that's either relevant to my market or something that I'm going to be able to attain because it's not in my budget. But what we're really seeing is a rise in micro influencers. So those are people who, a micro influencer is someone who has a smaller but very engaged, very loyal, very niche following in a particular industry or with a particular type of audience member. And they have a little bit more of that personal touch, a little bit more relatable. Often they might even be more local. So instead of an influencer who's maybe halfway across the country or halfway across the globe, you've got someone who is maybe an influencer right in your backyard, right in your state or in your city. And they're also going to come with a much smaller dollar sign in terms of what those partnerships can cost. So they're a lot more accessible and more affordable for businesses to kind of make some of these, influencer partnerships to help drive your brand and your business. So we're going to see a rise in those types of partnerships and relationships in 2024 for sure.
I think it'll be interesting too, Alexis, along the lines of influencer marketing, some of the collaboration, as Instagram calls it, and being able to collaborate with brands to have content go out to all of the channels for all of the brands that are tagged as collaborators. So
Right.
another aspect of the influencer marketing. We also saw Instagram relatively recently roll out something new with ads. Tell us about these Instagram reminder ads.
Yeah, so these are kind of cool. They just were launched at the end of October in 2023, so they are pretty new, but I think we're going to see them quite a bit here in 2024. They're strategically designed to remind people, reminder ads about upcoming events, product launches, limited time offers, and so they're kind of placed a little bit more strategically and with a different type of messaging than traditional ads. And they have different links and different, just kind of a different setup and a slightly different look for reminder ads so that they can get people's attention and bring them into whatever it is that you want them to remember, whether it's to attend an event or to keep an eye out for maybe a product drop on your website. But if you haven't started using them yet, and they've only been out for, less than a couple months, if you haven't started using them yet, maybe take a look and see if there's anything exciting that you have to offer your audience coming up in the new year. Instagram reminder ads would be a great opportunity to get in front of them.
What an excellent way, especially for people with events happening, to be able
Yes.
to send those reminders. Okay, Alexis, right now we're coming up on the holiday season. I know these trends will still be highly relevant into the new year, but at the moment we're coming up on the holiday season, the gift giving and buying season. And I have a feeling there are quite a few spouses out there who might be trying to talk loudly near their spouse's cell phone about the gifts that they want under the tree. Let's talk about detailed targeting. What's in store in 2024 for, when your phone seems to already know what you're talking about or what you might want.
Yes, I think we've all had that experience where, you have an offhand conversation and the next day about a product or something, and the next day you're scrolling through Facebook or searching on Google and that thing is popping up, or it's popping up on your Amazon, or it's showing up in your inbox. We're going to see more of that. We're going to see more of that in 2024. Not necessarily because our phones are listening to us, although they probably are, but mostly because brands and businesses are just continuing to collect more and more and more data. So everything that you search, everything that you're looking at, your behavior on websites and on social media, that is being collected more and more than it ever was. And it's being used to kind of figure out what your behavior is, the things that you might be interested in, really identifying those optimal targeting strategies so that these different, businesses, websites can suggest things to you that you might want before you even know that you want it, or shortly after a conversation about wanting it. And AI is also has a huge role in that too, in kind of enhancing the precision of that consumer demand predictions and optimizing advertising campaigns. So we're going to see, we expect to see an increase of those, like, I swear my phone is listening to me ad campaigns coming up in 2024. If you start feeling that way, it's not just you, you're not going crazy. It's just more detailed, targeted content.
All right. So from more data, more highly targeted information coming from data, to maybe perhaps less in design. Design is one of your areas of expertise. Tell us, what is the trend you're looking at next year in design?
So one of the things that we're really seeing a rise up is minimalism. Minimalism in design. And one of the big reasons is because it's timeless. It's very classic. So a lot of the ads that we or designs that we have seen in the last couple of years have been a lot of like big, bold colors, big, bold fonts. And we're still going to see a little bit of that. But minimalism is really making a comeback, really making a rise, because it really doesn't ever go out of style. It's really not going to age. That less is more philosophy doesn't also just impact the aesthetics, the look of your design, but it can have an impact on sustainability, which is a huge focus globally on that environmental consciousness. So that's why we're seeing a lot of really clean and efficient visuals, leads to reduced ink usage when we're talking about print materials. So we always have to be thinking about our designs, not just in a digital space, but also when we're printing them. And then we're going to be seeing simpler packages too, from a design perspective. As brands and businesses are sending out products, we're going to be seeing those designs be a lot simpler, a lot cleaner, and a lot less waste. And just from a visual perspective, negative space, subtle gradients, simple, clean typography. That's going to be a lot of what we see, coming to us from the graphic design space in 2024.
All right, read more about these trends, more in depth about these trends on the mConnexions website, mConnexions.com. Those trends for 2024 from Alexis and our team at mConnexions. Alexis, we can't talk about trends without talking about anti-trends or things that we should maybe stop doing. We're going to talk about that in the next episode. So click over to that in just a moment. In one line, Alexis, give us a hint of maybe one of the items on that anti-trends list.
Well, I think if I, as a marketer, if I was a business owner, the thing that I would want to learn a little bit more about is the decline of organic reach on Facebook and Instagram. So if that sounds familiar to you, you are definitely going to want to watch the next episode.
That was all the buzz at a recent CEO roundtable discussion I led on marketing. So look for that one in our next video. Alexis, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you.